matter if when they see you, they see what you do, and they believe that that's you. They think that, you know, because I'm up here, because this is Lamont, or because it's Bishop, they think that this is what you do, so they see that, so they run. I love you too. So but I think that they look at you for what you do. I want someone that's so secure that it doesn't matter how many scream, how many say that, how many say this and that and the other. They're the ones that go home with me at night. Those are the ones that when I'm sick, that's who's there. I want someone who can understand it, who has her own identity. Her own identity has nothing to do with what I'm striving to do, the things that Terrell's trying to do. I want someone that, and I am very traditional. I believe my mom and my father went together and they went through some things. I have a song that I'm singing called Better Than. It's definitely something that everyone out here, a lot of people come from broken homes and everything, but I believe in the car door. I believe in treating a woman like she's gold. I believe in waking up in the morning, making sure she's all right too, just before I leave. I believe in all of those things because, and not just what I'm saying just to get applause. Honestly, I believe in those things because I think that we've gotten so far away from that's one of the reasons we can't have the commitment. I think that people can just do things so quickly now and just leave everything's microwave. Like you said earlier, nothing's about patience and long suffering and saying, I'm going to hang in there and I see that this is the person that God has given me, this person, and I want a godly woman, a woman that understands that when God speaks, definitely he's speaking through her and speaking to me, and a woman that can preach to me, a woman that can minister to me, and when I'm in the wrong way, when I'm going the wrong way, when I can look, she can look and say, now wait a minute, baby, you know, look now, you're the head of the household, but let me tell you something, but check you. I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
I got a question. I gotta ask a question. Now, I'm the only, I just kind of realized this, okay, I'm the only woman up here. I know they want to know this. I sat here and I've listened to every last one of these blueprints. Get y'all. Okay, every man have a blueprint to get them. I want a woman that's such and such and such. I want a woman that's such and such and such. I want a woman that's such and such and such. And then I do this too. I want a woman that's such and such and such. And that's what everybody says. Why then, when you get your woman that's such and such and such?
Get him, Vicky.
I just want to know, why is it so easy
to let him go
for you to cheat? With that next woman with that same such and such and such.
There you go.
There's too many such and such and such. I mean, seriously, thank God. I'm happy. I really am happy. I love my husband and all that. I ain't always been like this. But it looks like to me, like he said, you know, the microwave. It's a microwave thing when you cheat. Oh, I'm sorry. I messed up just that one time. But you cheated. I spent that entire blueprint that you set out there in the beginning. You told me this is what you want. This is what I am. We built this together. This is who I am. We got these kids. This is where we are. This is where we live. This is how much money we got. And then tonight, when I have to go out of town on a business trip, you lose your whole mind, not with a black woman.
Next question.
Come on, lady. Y'all want to answer? This deserves an answer.
All right, I'll try to tackle it. I'll go do the bishop here.
I'm not directing this at them. I just the male speaker.
The risk that we're taking in being here is not necessarily, everybody agreeing with what we're saying, but trying to be as best we can a fair representation of all the different perspectives. So, some of the perspectives that we may share may not even be our own, but it's a perspective that needs to get out there. So one of the perspectives that I understand it by instinct and impulse, but I believe it's a perspective that I've matured beyond, is the fact that I know there's a certain amount of comfort that people get, you know, a comfort level, a place where people get when their needs are met. All right. Maslow talks about a hierarchy of needs, and it's human, basic human psychology that you may have these goals and these needs that you want. Once you do what's necessary to meet those needs, now other needs present themselves.
Vicky's not bad at that.
No, listen, hold on, let me clarify. So what I'm saying is women do this too now. This is human behavior.
Yep.
What happens is sometimes the man may think that I'm not making any excuses. Let me finish. So after that happens, a lot of times it took a man getting over maybe a lot of fear, making a lot of sacrifices to get to that place. And then sometimes I know, because I've been involved in other forums like this, and one of the things that oddly has presented itself a couple times is, well, me and one of my cats were talking one day, and he was like, you know what? You get sometimes to a certain point where you start to feel like now your life isn't your life anymore. So it gave me a really interesting perspective. So I thought about that. I was like, oh man, that don't make no sense. Well, actually, kind of it does.
Yeah.
So what we started talking about was the fact that as a male, not a man, let me clarify, as a male, all right, which is just our primitive gender nature, we can be territorial. We're usually doing what we want to do, when we want to do it, on our terms. And what it takes work to do is to evolve and also become a man, so that even though you have to now share that identity, you have to change the rules a little bit. You got to modify the way you do things. You know, you got to run something through her before you just do it and not have to ask permission. There was a point where we had to ask nobody for no kind of permission. We just did it. So I know so one of the things that he was talking about, where he hit kind of a panic button that was like, oh my God, I don't own my own life anymore. I have to run it through her. And then when that moment of weakness or temptation came, I wasn't man enough to be disciplined.
You know, the reason.
You understand what I'm saying?
The reason I think.
Does that make any sense? I'm just telling you.
No, wait. I want to piggyback. I want to piggyback.
That's the only way I can make any sense of it.
The reason we also have to factor in the ego. Ego. That's where it's coming from. The ego. But you understand, when a man sees, you know, like I said earlier about, you know, our goals being really magnified now. We look on the TV, we see rappers with 15 ladies around them and all this. Our ego gets suppressed when we're in one relationship. And when you get comfortable, again, you start to look like, wow, do I still have what it takes to go get down?
You know what?
No, but I mean, I'm not saying that's something that happens to me.
See, she asked the question.
I understand what
I want to ask you a question.
And it's complex too.
I want to ask you a question. On cheese.
Please, let me just address him, please. I understand what he's saying, but that still don't make it feel right.
No, I don't say it was right. No, it ain't right. But it's a process. It's a thought process.
If y'all say it's wrong, watch this great, but I don't want to feel like on behalf of all these women that we have to sit here and go through all of the bottoms, and then when your ego go left, we still have to just...
No, nobody said that. It's not, see, that's the other thing. A lot of times communication like this is about people deciding, judging whether something's right or wrong, as opposed to just listening.
You know what?
We're trying to share perspectives.
We're out of time for this session, fellas. We're out of time. Let's talk like this. Ladies, if you were a fella like that, this fella's like this. You in love with a stripper. And what are we talking about? Not a stripper in the club. I'm talking about somebody who's stripping you of who you are as a person and as a child of God. That's who you in love with. That person is doing it to you. You in love with a stripper. Fellas,